Most people have never seen what a real Special Forces raid looks like from the inside. Not the Hollywood version, not the video game version. The actual thing, the formations, the equipment, the silence before entry, and the speed once it starts. What you're about to watch is real footage from U.S. Special Operations Forces training exercises, released through the Defense Visual Information Distribution Service, the Department of Defense's official public release channel. Every frame is real. Every operator you're watching is a Green Beret. We're going to walk through this footage the way a professional would, break down the tactics, explain the equipment, and show you exactly what's happening and why. By the end, you'll understand how these teams move, how they think, and why they're among the most lethal military units on the planet. I'm Alpha Footage. Let's get into it. The footage in this video comes from 3 separate U.S. Army Special Forces exercises spanning 2020 through 2024. The primary units, the 1st Special Forces Group based at Joint Base Lewis McChord, Washington, the 5th Special Forces Group out of Fort Campbell, Kentucky, and the 10th Special Forces Group, whose area of responsibility covers Europe and the Middle East. All 3 groups operate under U.S. Army Special Operations Command, USASOC. Their core mission is unconventional warfare, working with, through, and alongside partner forces to conduct the kind of operations conventional military units cannot. The night raid is one of their primary direct action tools. It has 3 core advantages. Darkness degrades the enemy's ability to respond. Thermal and night vision equipment turns that disadvantage entirely in favor of the operators. And speed, the ability to move faster than the target can react, makes the outcome almost certain before the target even knows the team is there. This is how it's done. What you're watching right now is the opening phase of a night raid scenario conducted during Exercise Agile Spirit 23 in Batumi, Georgia, a joint training operation involving U.S. Army 10th Special Forces Group, Georgian Special Operations Forces, Romanian SOF, and U.S. Marines from Force Reconnaissance. Watch how they move. Notice the spacing between each operator, roughly 5 to 8 meters of separation. That's not arbitrary, it's calculated. In a firefight, tight grouping means a single burst of automatic fire, a single grenade, can take out multiple members of the element. Spread creates survivability. The point man, the operator on the front, is clearing his sector of fire left to right. Constant motion. He's not watching where he's stepping. He trusts his training for footwork. His eyes are on the threat environment. That split in attention, feet on autopilot, eyes scanning, takes years to develop. The hand signals you see between operators are not random. That specific sequence, closed fist raised, then 2 fingers extended forward, is a hold then advance signal. Someone on the element picked up something on their optics. The entire formation freezes, reassesses, clears it, and moves again. The whole exchange takes under 4 seconds. This footage shifts to a night training raid conducted by 1st Special Forces Group on McNeil Island, Washington, November 2020. This exercise was a validation event, a formal test of the Operational Detachment Alpha's ability to integrate with support units under real-time conditions. An Operational Detachment Alpha is the foundational Green Beret team. 12 men, each one cross-trained in at least 2 of the 5 core Special Forces skills: weapons, engineering, medical, communications and operations, and intelligence. Watch what happens as they approach the objective structure. The team splits into 2 elements, an assault element that will make entry and a support element that holds the perimeter and isolates the objective. If anyone exits the structure during the raid, the support element is there. If the assault element takes fire from outside, support element engages. The 2 halves of the team are having a silent conversation the entire time. Now watch the entry. Stack on the door. Each operator's muzzle is elevated, not pointed at the back of the man in front of him, but angled up and to the outside. That's muzzle discipline. In a stairwell, in a doorway, in a narrow hallway, an accidental discharge can kill your own teammate. The discipline is trained to the point of instinct. The breach. The door goes. First man is through before it's fully open. Second man, already moving. Third man, 4 steps behind. From first breach to all clear inside, under 10 seconds for a single room. That speed is the point. Every additional second the team spends in a fatal funnel, the doorway, is a second where they can be engaged. You move through danger. You do not stop in it. This is 5th Special Forces Group conducting night search and destroy operations. Location undisclosed, February 2020. Search and destroy has a specific operational meaning. The team is not holding ground. They are not establishing a perimeter and waiting. They are moving to a known or suspected threat location, engaging it, and moving again. It is offensive, it is mobile, and it is designed to keep the enemy permanently off balance. Watch the posture of the operators here versus the entry footage. In an urban entry, operators are compressed, tight, deliberate, stacked. In open terrain like this, they're spread wide, low, and moving fast. The terrain dictates the formation, the mission dictates the pace. What you're seeing in the NVG footage is the thermal picture layered underneath the green image intensification. The operators aren't just seeing in the dark, they're seeing through the dark. Body heat, exhaust heat, the warmth of a footprint on a cold surface. If a human being has been here in the last several minutes, the thermal image will show it. The suspect position they're clearing here, empty by the time they reach it. That's the reality of most raids. The intelligence picture that drove the operation is either confirmed, denied, or somewhere in between. The team documents what they find, recovers any intelligence value, and exfils on schedule. The final footage in this set is from March 2024. Green Berets of 10th Special Forces Group executing a raid on a logistics compound near Peramos, Greece, alongside Greek Special Operations Forces. This is what's called a joint SOF operation. 2 nations' elite forces executing a single mission under a unified command structure. The logistics compound scenario is one of the most common direct action targets in actual operations. A facility where the enemy stores weapons, funds, communications, equipment, or personnel. The raid objective isn't just to destroy, it's to exploit. Every computer, every document, every communications device has intelligence value. Watch how the Greek operators integrate with the Green Berets. Same entry sequencing, same muzzle discipline, same formation spacing on approach. That interoperability doesn't happen by accident. It's the product of years of bilateral training, shared doctrine, and exercises exactly like this one. When the building is clear, watch the deliberate post-action movement. Nobody relaxes. The outer cordon tightens. Exfil routes are already identified. The team has a hard timeline for departure. Every additional minute on the objective is additional risk. Each of the units you saw in this footage operates under Title 10 of the United States Code. They are conventional military forces, not intelligence agencies, and their operations in peacetime require specific legal authorities. The exercises depicted here were conducted under status of forces agreements with the host nations, Georgia, the United States, and Greece. Each operation required coordination with the host nation's military, approval up the chain of command, and after-action reporting at every level. This is one of the things the public doesn't fully understand about U.S. Special Operations Forces. They are among the most legally constrained military operators in the world when it comes to peacetime activity. Every training exercise, every deployment, every joint operation involves a legal review before the first operator hits the ground. The footage you're watching was cleared for public release by the Department of Defense specifically to show the training and capability of these forces. It's public domain. The U.S. government makes no copyright claim on it. and it's released to build public understanding of what these men do and how they do it. 3 tactical principles run through every piece of footage in this video, and they're worth naming directly because they apply far beyond special operations. The first is speed of action. In every entry you watched, the operators moved faster than any untrained observer would expect. That speed is a force multiplier. It takes decision-making time away from the enemy. The enemy can't respond to what they haven't had time to process. The second is information advantage. NVG equipment, thermal optics, and pre-mission intelligence give these teams an asymmetric edge before the operation begins. They know more than the target knows. They see more than the target can see. The raid itself is almost an afterthought. The work was done in the planning phase. The third is rehearsal. Every movement you saw, the hand signals, the door stack, the formation spacing, has been rehearsed hundreds of times before this exercise. Muscle memory under stress is the goal. When the real operation comes, there's no thinking. The body knows what to do because it has done it before. That's the formula: speed, information, and rehearsal. Everything else is a variation. If you've never watched DVIDS footage before, this is what you've been missing. The Department of Defense releases hundreds of hours of training and operational footage every year, and almost none of it gets the analysis it deserves. That's what this channel is for. Subscribe if you want. The breakdown on more military and law enforcement footage. Hit the comments. Tell me which unit you want to see covered next. Rangers, Delta, MARSOC, SEAL teams. I rate every one. Alpha footage. New videos every week.